Welcome in to Sweaty Time, Pro Wrestling, the only podcast on the Marshland Media Empire conglomeration experience, breaking on down episode by episode, beat by beat, and sweat by sweat. Lucha Underground. It is I, Sean, one half of your hosts, and alongside of me, the other half of your host, James.
Hello, guys. I was at work at a comic book store, and my coworker turned on, he's like, hey, I'm just going to throw on a Halloween playlist. And it has your general fares, you know, Ghostbusters, etc. But then, like, things... forgot about Dre was on there. And I'm like, there are so many things that it's like, this just does not, no. The Mise Deo song was on there. And I'm like, just because it's on Beetlejuice doesn't make it a Halloween song. Just if I put Enter Sandman into Kevin McAllister getting ready to take down those bandits, that doesn't make it a Christmas song.
You know what? Sorry, I have sirens, and that's distracting. You probably can't hear that, audience.
Well, no, 100% we can hear that whenever you talk, Sean. You should re-listen to some of these podcasts, but...
Oh, are these available?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were putting these out. I'm sorry.
And I forgot I had a point to bring back that relates to our podcast. I was like, hey, let's turn on some ICP. And luckily, there are some Hallowicked songs that aren't just full of F-bombs. And then my coworker was like, it's crazy how we're so on it to avoid explicit songs within our shop.
Comic book shoppy.
You can, like, on waist level, see Playboys just laying out. So it's weird, but it's like, man, well...
But the front half of the store is full of Spider-Man and things the children might enjoy.
Yeah.
And there's one thing I know about the children. If there's one thing I know about the youth, is they hate curse words.
They hate curse words.
Can't stand them.
And they say, boobies, yucky, get them out of here.
Ew, 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 ew. The point I was gonna make.
Oh, in that bush. Oh.
They hate George Bush. Yeah, they're all
they
a bunch
do.
of Al Gore. Kids love Al Gore. That's a fact about children you should know by now.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't go like fully into the Republican of my family, because I remember as a kid, I was into George W. Bush, okay? There was one time I said more like the Democrats in school. And then luckily a teacher was like, hey man, don't do that. I was like, okay. And then I started listening to rap music and I'm like, oh, okay. The authority is bad.
Authority sucks. I was the same way, though. I remember, I think it probably was like 2004 election. Yeah, it would have been like in 8th grade or so, or going into 8th grade. We had like a mock election.
Yeah.
And I voted for W.
Whoa.
Because, and it's like, looking back on it, it's one of the reasons I get so insistent on this like comedic, I think I've talked about it on one of these podcasts, probably a bunch. Of the comedic shift in like culture around the time of like SpongeBob and like Conan O'Brien to an extent, as opposed to like the Lettermans of this switch from this 90s irony, whatever, I'm kind of too cool for all of this, into whimsy and just kind of being a silly little, like the silly little guy syndrome of it all.
Yeah.
And I think part of that, though, was like, that's when I was like my little baby Republican, like George W. Bush is cool. Because, quote, I would want to get a beer with him. I was a child. I was not drinking beer at the time at all. I was a very sheltered child. And I didn't want to be like a nerd. I wanted to be detached and like whatever, everything. I'm too cool for everything. Like all these Democrats who like care about feelings and like shit we hear like now repeated in the manosphere.
I was never like that.
I totally was. I think that's why I was, quote unquote, like baby Republican, was because I had not developed empathy quite yet.
Yeah.
And I was so afraid of looking like a nerd.
I was just repeating things my parents said.
My parents were like fairly apolitical.
Okay.
So I don't know where mine came from the television. Mine came from Bill Maher.
You weren't watching Bill Maher when you were in middle school, were you?
Only because we didn't have HBO.
Okay.
Honestly, though, like if we did, I wasn't watching Bill Maher. I would have been watching Tough Crowd.
Okay, well.
And looking back on is a lot. Yeah, is interesting.
I actually think I know where you get most of your politics from, which would have been the WWE ring, baby.
Yeah, I don't like to think about that fascist corporation so much.
Okay, but I was saying Sean, to get us back on topic, much like you could learn some politics here in the ring, like that age-old bear hugs of hammy dads. A bear hug. Wait, no, grapple hold. I said bear hug of bear hugs. Nope, never mind. Yeah. Get it out of here.
Leave it all in. No, if anything, if I'm learning about empathy, I think part of that is also learning about just the natural world around us, right? Ebbs and flows, how everything is truly connected in this, circle of life? Name of the episode, baby. Season 4, episode 13.
And guys, we found out why the previous episodes have kind of been lacking a little bit. Most of the team was working on this 12-minute fight scene between two non-wrestlers, but was it fantastic. And by say non-wrestlers, I mean in this show they do not wrestle, even though Katrina does have a wrestling background.
And has been, this 12-minute intro is so fucking neato. Let's just jump into it. Yeah. The recap reminds us, yes.
Oh, I was going to say, usually we call these segments vignettes, but this is a vingar.
Now, what do you mean when you say that?
Like a cigarette is a tiny cigar. This is a vingar.
Sure, of course. I'm the fool for not following you on that one.
I think you are.
It's so obvious.
I think if we had subtitles, you'd see like, oh, that's what James is doing. So maybe I'll clip this part and see if people are like, oh, yeah, I obviously knew what he was doing.
And if enough people agree and send us money, we'll just get subtitles for when we talk to each other.
So that we can find.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be greater than this 12-minute opening? And first, like a little recap. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, ooh. Just reminding us that a couple weeks ago, Phoenix got his life force snatched by Mill and Katrina, and that 2 weeks ago, Katrina beat the shit up out of Melissa. Great. You're all caught up. We cut to Mill's in-house shrine. And I'll never get over how cool it is that Mill just has his own little shrine room in the temple. They just
It's
a big temple. And Mill is a big star. He deserves it.
Yeah.
You think they asked him like, hey, so do you want like a trailer or a changing room? And he said, nah, I'll change in the locker. Everything's fine. I don't need anything special. I do need a shrine.
Yeah.
I do. That's in my rider. I need to make sure I have my own shrine.
Or this could be Ninja Turtle style. Underneath, there's like a gateway into the sewers, and he is in the sewers in this nice little area. Do you ever watch the Ninja Turtles and think, wow, living in the sewer would be pretty nice?
James, I wish I could say no.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Another thing I had to learn as I got older, living in the sewer is not as nice as it seems. Not as nice as the Ninja Turtles make it look.
It's more like in Chud.
A little more like Chud. A little more like when you see Killer Croc down there and you're like, that's a bunch of big muscly men hanging out in the sewer.
Hell yeah.
Assuming that Mill is living in the sewer.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, there's a Killer Croc if I ever seen one.
Someone draw, I want those two in a comic book together. Glistening.
Mill and Killer Croc?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pages sticking together by my own hand.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I said it like that, like it's someone else is coming over to jerk me off just as I read these comics.
Well, no, it's like they came pre-sticky.
No, yeah, no, it's me. I'm not trying to return this comic. I'm saying these comics are sticky now, and thank you, artists, for making me do so.
Did you know there was a Harley Quinn Fartacular comic, and it smelled like farts?
We have talked about this. Yes, we have talked about this.
Did I talk about, we finally pulled them all off the shelf, and I had to zero them out, and I was like, you know, it's crazy how the bags keep in that smell. But then as I was like going over the short box full of comics, so it had like, there was a lot of them in there. I had to like bend down to get something, so my nose was right by it, and it just like a stinky reek of a fart just goes, and I warned my coworker Stuart. And
Okay.
he was
Oh,
like,
no.
you want to know? I'll open up
Stuart.
one of these. I'll smell it. He's like, I don't smell it. I was like, yeah, I think like if you smell the page, and he goes, oh no. I was like, I told you.
Sweet, sweet Stuart. Why would you do it? Wait, so how well... I feel like based on how many you had, they didn't sell amazingly.
We bought way too many, I'll say that. That was the
Okay.
biggest issue. And I got in trouble afterwards because, we have a lot of breakables in there. I'm moving around, if they're waist high, I'm shattering glasses.
Oh my gosh, because you're too woozy from all that stink coming off of them pages.
No, I have an erection.
Oh, right. Wait, what?
From smelling her fart.
All right. Great.
If it was a real fart coming from Harley Quinn, I'd be like, yeah, hell yeah. But like this chemically produced fart, no.
Yeah, no,
that's like AI,
that's, I was gonna say that's pretty much AI farts. And in this house, nah, baby, fart in my nose, not on my content, which is AI, just one big fart.
We like human fartists, okay? Give
Please.
Brian Posehn a call.
That is such a beautiful reference to a comedy album from, I want to say 2010?
Something like that.
Minute ago. But Perfect 10 is this intro that we didn't get started on yet.
Go.
We got I'm gonna. All right, Monopoly. All right, where's my $200, Mr. Monopoly? Because I'm passing it. Go.
You wish this podcast feed generated 200 of anything.
Ooh, we all do. Oh my gosh. Pay me in gummies and winks. Katrina opens the episode. I also love the episode opens like as she's finishing telling Mill off. Like the first lines of the episode is, "Don't you get it? I'm done." He grabs her arm as she walks away and she wrenches it back. "I've got my life back and I'm wasting it in this temple with you." And I just love these little bits of lore drops. She goes on, "We ruled the underworld together, but I never really loved you. The man I truly loved gave me freedom and I'm not throwing it away." Katrina, I'm sure we've said it a million times. This actress needs 1.5 million awards. I'm obsessed with this character. I'm obsessed with this performance, the way it's written, and we get those little just dollops of lore as we go. It's never one big thing. It's always like the little pieces coming together like this.
Sean, do you think I knew them in my past life?
Katrina?
Yeah, because
You mean back when you were living in
NetherRealm, Outworld, yeah.
No, not NetherRealm. Did we talk about this off mic or on mic? I don't remember.
I think.
Okay, just as a reminder, fucking pissed because I think it was.
There is a NetherRealm.
There is a NetherRealm. That's not where they went to, and I know. Make sure you guys are listening to Death to Squids, beautiful podcast on the same channel.
I can't believe you're telling me that's like telling someone who's from Chicago that you know Chicago more than them.
Okay, but you don't know the name. That's like telling someone from Chicago you know Chicago more than them. But they keep calling Chicago. But that they keep calling Chicago St. Louis because I
think it would be more like I'm calling Chicago Evanston.
Great,
which is really weird.
That'd also be weird. Sure.
You want to know what we got to tell Donald Trump? It's just all Evanston. He'll back off.
I don't know. He's in Evanston too. He's everywhere.
Okay. He's probably more of a Rockford guy.
We got to tell him to go invade NetherRealm and he'll go invade Outworld instead.
Oh.
Because you don't know the difference between Outworld and NetherRealm.
Dude,
I was telling Jose, by the way.
He should try to go to Outworld, okay? My people will wreck his fucking ass.
Your boys Baraka and Reptile?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm working at the smoke shop now with Jose of Death to Squids.
Oh, yeah.
He was coming in after my first shift. He was coming my relief. And I was telling him about it. Your beautiful episode of Death to Squids, and I think I told him like I was so angry, but in a way that I obviously can't be angry because like Mortal Kombat, I think I've said this. It's a very like near and dear sort of. It's one of the last like pretend games, like when you and your friends would play like Power Rangers and stuff in the backyard. One of the last pretend games we would play was Mortal Kombat. Oh, I'm Johnny Cage. Oh, I'm Liu Kang. Oh, we're all a bunch of white guys. Should one of us really be Liu Kang? No one's stopping to ask that question at the time. And so I grew up with this, and I love these movies and these stories. And to hear you call Outworld NetherRealm pissed me off so bad, but in a way that, like, if you listen to the episode, and I do encourage you to, it's one of the goofier Death to Squids you'll get.
Oh, they're all like that. I mean, besides me finding a past life. Yeah.
I was going to say, that's especially goofy.
Not goofy. It's real.
It's I'm telling Jose is like, yeah, I'm so angry at two friends having a lovely time together. Like, I'm the biggest piece of shit if I am actually angry about this. But there's a little part of like a comic book guy from The Simpsons in me that's just like, ooh, but I actually am very angry at this. I'm turning into a villain just trying to destroy two children having a good time.
Yeah. But those children are also stoned. You got to remember that.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool kids.
Like me at 12 smoking some reefer.
Yeah, or me at 14 drinking beers with George W. Bush.
Whoa, dang, that's why you loved him so much. He bought from 7-Eleven for you.
Yeah. We hey mistered him.
Well, speaking of getting hey mistered, Katrina saying, hey mister, I never loved you.
Beautiful. And that he did love Phoenix in the most toxic way possible, right? Just like get my life back from him. But she gives Mills something to remember her by, her magic rock, which is like the nail in the coffin, right? That's, I don't need this. I don't need you. We're done. We are done. And she goes to leave, but she is stopped by Melissa Santos, ring announcer and ex-girlfriend of Phoenix. Ex-widower? They weren't married, but like the only reason they broke up is because he got killed. So she stops her. She says, where do you think you're going, bitch? And this whole fight sequence is just the most like grindhouse beautiful fight sequence ever.
But we gotta, they did not do anyone justice in the edit when they made, it says, where do you think you're going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bitch. There was such a long pause between the two. It's like, where do you think you're going? Bitch. That's how long the pause should be.
Yeah, no, and they probably should have edited out her counting.
Oh yeah.
But it's fine. No, it's the whole this whole thing is the cool. I'm trying to think, because I don't remember if I said it here or somewhere else. The only time I like camp, and I realize this, is when it's non-ironic, right? It has to, like, it's because there's so many people that make like do a campy thing or with like a tongue-in-cheek. Isn't this so bad? Aren't we so dumb? But they don't have the love for the game, right? Like, this is all screaming, even the campy moments, even that like long pause, it just screams for the love of the game, of both wrestling, horror, these soap operas, like melodramas, like everything everyone is doing, everyone's just buying into full bore. And that's, to me, that's why even that like long pause and this like like the whole thing is like overwrought, right? No, like it's not the most natural performance. There's no like small little subtle, the soft chair moments in this. It's just like big and dumb, but with love. And it's so good. I don't care how long the pause was, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
The only time I like camp is when I can find some time to shower alone.
Sure. Great. Put your tongue back in your mouth, sir.
Okay. Yes. Hold your horses.
You little stinker.
We were going to go to an event a couple days. I mean, we did go to the event, but beforehand I was like very freaking out. I was getting very socially anxious. So you want to know what movie I turned on to calm down? Sleepaway Camp.
Yo, I was literally going to say Sleepaway Camp. That was my first guess.
Because we were just talking about camps. It's just so good.
Dude, it's so fucking good. My friend Makeda turned me on to Zane Parker, which is shout out, is he's a YouTuber. He's very good. He does like sort of movie breakdowns. Okay. And she watched his Sleepaway Camp breakdown and was like, I've never actually seen Sleepaway Camp. And I'm just bullying her now at this point. I'm bullying them, at this point, to be like, you need to watch Sleepaway Camp. It's fucking so good. It's weird. It's a lot. And admittedly, the ending is this beautiful discussion of, is this exploitation or is this the representation? Probably somewhere in the middle with Sleepaway Camp. It's interesting, but it's so fucking good. If you haven't seen Sleepaway Camp, listeners, go watch Sleepaway Camp.
Damn. It's really good. 2 thumbs up.
100,000%. So yeah, they're fighting. Melissa and Katrina. Melissa just punches Katrina in the face. They duke it out all the way to the hallway. Heads are going through glass. Body shots. Katrina throws a chain at one point, and Melissa's just like, what the fuck? Like, did you just throw a chain at me? Beautiful. Butte cinema. Katrina finally escapes to an attic, but Melissa pursues. The double push head kick. They knock each other both out. Kaboom. And Melissa throws a coffee can of like, I'm assuming it's collected rainwater because they're like in this kind of rickety attic.
Disgusting. Ugh.
I love it. She throws it in Katrina's face. Katrina just kind of like wipes it off, goes, gross. Like real Wednesday Addams energy, just gross. Finally, Katrina locks Melissa in an armbar, and of course, Katrina's gonna start talking shit. She says, Phoenix never loved you. His heart burned for me. He gave 1,000 of his lives so I could live again.
Dang.
Yo, I'm so curious how much of this was written for Katrina. All of Katrina's dialogue. How much of it's written, how much of it is her improvising and making it work. Because like, when I'm taking notes, I realize, it took me a while to finally realize I can't write down everyone's lines verbatim, right? Sometimes I need to like sort of paraphrase it. I so rarely paraphrase Katrina's lines.
Yeah.
I think all of them are just like fucking poetry, dude. She's so cool.
Especially when she once said, skibbity bibbity.
What?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep.
She once said, why do you call it an oven when you in the food but out the cooked?
Is that a you thing? What is that? What is this?
It's a Garfield strip.
Is that an actual Garfield strip?
Yeah, it's I'm getting it wrong. The real way is even worse. I will post it in chat.
But I would watch Katrina eat lasagna on loop for like, if there was like a 5-hour edit of just Katrina eating lasagna on loop, yeah, I'm watching that shit. She's really entertaining on camera. So Katrina has Melissa in the armbar, says Phoenix never loved you. He died for me. And Melissa agrees, he did die for you, but you will die for me. And Melissa fights out of the hold. Katrina, the way the fights like flow from like scene to scene, especially as Katrina breaks through a pile of wood, boarding up an exit, like the fucking Kool-Aid man just to get to the roof. Oh, it's so good. The Shockmaster is here, and now they're both fighting on the roof.
Whoa.
Katrina choking out Melissa with the half of the medallion she gave her weeks ago. After she killed Phoenix, she took his life force, but before she beat the shit out of Melissa, she came up to us like, hey, babe, no hard feelings, right? I don't need this anymore, and gave her that medallion that was like prolonging her life. So now, yeah, because Melissa still had it, Katrina is using that medallion, that Chekhovian medallion, to choke the shit out of her.
I would have just stabbed the medallion into her neck.
It's not really super stab. Where part would you stab?
It's cracked in half, right?
Yeah, it's a little,
Yeah,
true. There's some jaggedness.
Yeah, you could serrate that blade right across someone's throat, then stab it in easier.
That's true. But maybe Katrina's just a freak and she likes seeing someone's lives slowly drain from their eyes. It's so fucked up.
Wait,
Melissa is fading. Yeah.
Bleeding
What's
out
up?
does the same thing.
Not the same way as choking someone
Okay.
out. I feel like you see them draining like, oh no, but they're just like, oh no, maybe, oh no, maybe. It's different. Hey,
Okay.
all our serial killer listeners out there, what are your thoughts? Write in between stabbing someone in the throat or choking them out. And again, we're doing this not just to kill someone, not just efficacy, but like vibes, you know? The most romantic setting to murder someone.
Sean, I was going to say, if we were worse people, we would just like do a follow-up on the next episode for the listeners.
Yep, you know what? Yep, but like we go out there and murder people? Is that the follow-up?
Yeah, who we could ask is the soon-to-be appearing Mil Muertes.
Ooh, let's get there. So, yeah, Melissa is fading. She throws a few desperation uppercuts to escape. Melissa body slams Katrina off of the building, like WrestleMania 19. A very select few will get that reference, but if you do, what's up, GameCube players? So Katrina rolls well on her dex save, right? So she doesn't get insta-killed. She holds onto the ledge, but she's slipping. right? Only one hand is holding on. And that's when Mill arrives. He sees Katrina hanging off the roof, tells Melissa to leave before gripping Katrina by the wrist and like lifting her up a little bit. So now she's not holding onto the building at all. Just Mill is holding onto her by the wrist. He says, this cold motherfucker. You know what he says to her? He says something to remember me by, puts the rock back into her hand, the one he's holding on to, and the way she smiles as Mill arrives, then as he tells her that, her smile kind of drops and then comes back in just a hint as she's like, oh, I guess this really is the end for old Katrina. And just he lets go and Mill drops Katrina off of the roof.
And guys, this is when this opera becomes a soap opera because man, she does a classic like just on a green screen going, looking up at the camera, wiggling her arms. And then they make her tinier.
It's so good. And again, her face, I love her face in this because it's not like even screaming. It's just like, you motherfuckers got me. She's accepting it with such grace, you know?
I think that rock can heal her when she falls down. It chips a little dust onto her because just like in Killer Tongue, which we discussed over on patreon.com/MLM pod, that thing makes people lick. Maybe she has this alien symbiote in her, giving her a big tongue, sucking people's life forces up.
Maybe. It's wild. I might need to actually see Killer Tongue.
Oh,
remember how?
I forgot you haven't seen it. I forgot you haven't seen it.
It's the whole conceit of the podcast.
Yeah.
Explanation required. Available on the Patreon. But you know how like when we watch the item and I'm like, you know what? And I listened, like we talked about it, and then listening to the podcast, I'm even more like, I'm kind of coming around to it. Listening to the Killer Tongue episode we recorded, I think I'm more against the movie now.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe watching it, it'll go the other way again.
Speaking of the other way, Katrina is going the other way of up, which is down. She fell to her death. She's dead. And Melissa comes out. She's on the ground now. She's walking up to Katrina's body, and Aerostar arrives. The most mysteriously powerful mother. I love how many powers Aerostar just has. As a quick little aside, Aerostar is here, and she clarifies that she didn't do this. Very Bart Simpson, wasn't me. Very, very Shaggy, if you will.
Too dope?
Sure. No, I don't know. Okay. How dare you besmirch the good name of 90s nostalgia?
Shaggy too dope.
They don't have a song, It Wasn't Me, though. They don't have a song, It Wasn't Me.
No, yeah, they have songs about It Was Me.
Yeah, they're the other end of the spectrum. Yeah. They're like, hey, they walk up to Katrina on the ground and they just start taking credit. They weren't even there. They walk up to bodies, they didn't even see how they get killed, and they just start taking credit for it.
No, they're staying around. They're like, wait. She's going to become a ghost soon, and that's kind of our whole thing. We're going to be macking. Finally, we're positive to women only when they are spectral.
This is my Tinder, is hanging around dead bodies waiting for them to turn into ghosts. So Aerostar is here, and he says he knows, and he asks Melissa for her help. She's like, how? And Arrow's like, I need that half of the medallion. If you give it to me, I will give you what your heart desires. And so Melissa's like, sure. And fucking this motherfucker. Aerostar summons the dark soul out of Katrina's corpse with like a Kamehameha stance. So he just like slurps it out of her. All that dark soul, all that life force that she absorbed from Phoenix. He stands up, he's like, I'll be back. And he just walks away. He just walks away to 10 weeks earlier. We cut to 10 weeks earlier. Katrina is standing over Phoenix's body. And we've seen this before. She's giving him that kiss of death that stole his 1,000 lives to restore her own and turn her black dress red. And Katrina leaves. And now the scene's a little different because Aerostar is here. He travels through time 10 weeks ago and expels the dark soul that he absorbed from future Katrina's dead body into Phoenix, who opens his eyes. And Melissa, we cut back to present day. Melissa's still hanging around this Katrina corpse as Aerostar returns with the resurrected through time Phoenix. And this is where I write down, I fucking love this show.
It's real good.
It's so fucking good. I am so tired. For a million reasons, I am tired of American wrestling fans calling all pro wrestling WWE. WWE couldn't hold a candle to Aerostar going back through time to resurrect his best friend and Melissa's lover, the beautiful Phoenix, using only her dark soul magic and also that cold ass line Mills said when he dropped her off of the roof. This motherfuckers. Bridgerton wishes they could put together a sequence as robust and as spine tingling as this. Fucking Twin Peaks. Actually, this could appear on Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks might be able to pull something like this off. But any other TV show, motherfuckers wish. Okay?
I don't know, man. That Hornswoggle bastard son arc was pretty good. Okay.
Oh, shouts out to Swoggle. He seems like a nice guy and a good dad. Shut the fuck up, James.
Also, Aerostar's kind of on some Bible Man shit. Like, he just was given Bible Man vibes this episode.
Which is, yeah. Bible Man gives, like, it's exactly what I want, like, of a live-action superhero. Yeah. He's serving the most cunt. Well, it's like, Aerostar is a bit of a Superman in that I feel like his character is untouchable as far as his morals go.
Okay.
Like Aerostar is never really wavering, even in the ring. Like Phoenix gets cocky. Drago, obviously of the Inframundo, where Aerostar.
I'm from there.
Like, out of the three of them, no, you're from Outworld, you dumb motherfucker. Like, between the three of them, though, like, Drago on one side, and then Phoenix kind of the middle, and then Arrow is always on the other side, right? He's always, like, somewhat omniscient. He at least is aware of what's going on. He's always trying to do the right thing. Like, there's a bit of a Supermanness to him, where it's like, yeah, he's never wrong. You just always, like, for better or for worse, if you dig that character, hey, what's going on? Me too.
And hey, later on in the next match, Supermanness, well, someone has some super madness.
Ooh, that's right. Macho Man will be here, but we'll get there. As Melissa embraces Phoenix, who is slow to return the affection. This is going to be, they're adding wrinkles. That's the other, it's not just like, hey, and everything's better. No, there's this kind of uncomfortable wrinkle as Phoenix really doesn't hug her back. So Arrow explains, Phoenix was taken out of time, so it will take a while for him to become the same again.
He's got super madness.
What is super madness?
Like in Call of Cthulhu, when you resurrect someone, they have madness.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. He's like the dang old Pet Cemetery.
Yeah,
they come back, but they don't come back right.
They're always doing that.
The hamster is trying to kill me. It's a regular Pet Cemetery. Shit, is it? Do you think it's gonna be like a full-on Pet Cemetery?
Probably.
Of like Phoenix is gonna try and kill Melissa? I fucking love this show. Oh my! I didn't even consider that. Hold on, yo, what? Yes.
Hey, you want to know who I think got Pet Cemeteried, like, you know, buried in there, then came back up around 2013? I think Jim Davis did when he wrote.
Wait,
why
what?
do they call it oven when you uff in the cold food, uff out hot eat the food?
Jim Davis getting Pet Cemeteried, but when he comes back not right, it's not that he's a murderer. It's just that his jokes make even less sense. It sounds about right.
It was him or someone, another comic strip writer, when confronted either by this or I think it might have been a Far Side that didn't make sense, and the one of the authors were like, you know, when you're doing 7 strips a week, sometimes it gets wonky.
Real. Sometimes your brain gets a little silly. It happens. If you need any example to that, listen to any number of podcasts on this. I recommend Death to Squids, where James and Jose lose their minds in real time. You can hear the spiral of madness. Yeah.
Also a lot of Magical Meatball Girls and Mini Meatball Girls. There was, I think, the last one or two.
Wait, are you telling me Rombert is not a carefully well thought out critique of American society?
No, man, that's Nicole's new name, Rombert. I was very upset she didn't close out the show at me saying, "My name's James, I'm Rombert, and we've been Magical Meatball Girls."
Honestly, pull it together, Robert. I almost called her Nicole.
That was every episode we record. Craig Uhlir is in the corner, like, coaching us.
Sure. And that was his note after the episode.
Uh-huh.
Maintain the reality you created. I don't know why my Craig Uhlir is Stan Lee.
Okay, well, we went to a
like
party
a lazy Stan Lee.
At a friend's house, and I forget the guy's name. He's the operator of the Playground Theater.
Fuck, I should know. I haven't been to the new Playground, and it's embarrassing. It's not Kevin.
I think it might be. You know him.
Oh, wait, then it is Kevin.
Yeah, so he was there, and I was like, "Hey, I just need to ask you, were you ever taught by Craig Uhlir?" And he goes, "No, but that dude's a legend." And then he's like, "Everyone I know has a Craig Uhlir impression." And I told Craig that the following day at work, and he goes, "Ah, I needed to hear that today." And the owner of the store was like, "Craig's a legend?"
Craig is a legend. Craig, we talked before how Craig taught me
Uhlir,
and one of my favorite little like back pockets tricks. If you don't have the yes and immediately, there's nothing wrong with with going fuck yes. Like, because we're not machines. We don't always have like the immediate funniest little like add to a tidbit, but you can always be like fuck yes. Puppy dog energy. That's how excited I am for whatever you just brought me.
Yeah, someone says, "Hey, I really need those reports on hamburger sizes today." You don't know but you're going to say, "Dude,
fuck yeah, dude.
It was hard." Actually, I just came up with one. "It was hard getting those reports done. I'm sorry they're covered in drool."
Yeah. But you're very inventive. Like, you're very quick to come up with, like, that's part of your skills of justification. If I didn't, like, a great example of that, I think would be like, get those hamburger reports to me. Fuck yeah, dude. I love doing hamburger reports. And even that becomes an and, right? Because you're adding of an emotion to the scene. That's a gift in itself. That's new information of like, this character fucking loves hamburger reports, and you can play off that.
Real quick, why do they call them hamburger reports when you hamburger the cold reports out to hot report the food?
All right, Jim Davis, I need you to come back. Shouts out to Kevin Reeder, by the way. If it's the Kevin I'm thinking of, Kevin Reeder, another legend. If you're in Chicago, support the Playground Theater. Kevin Reeder, he's just a very, very funny, very sweet. Also an amazing, and I don't know if he's teaching, but if you get a chance, learn from that dude. He is so sweet, so knowledgeable, and so deeply funny. Another legend.
I don't think it's Kevin Reeder if it's the Kevin Reeder that I'm seeing right now.
Shit. Well, then unrelated shouts out to Kevin Reeder, whom I met at the Playground. We should probably get back to the episode, yeah?
Yeah. I was just waiting for you.
Sorry, yeah, I'm just looking at Kevin Reeder's Facebook. We go up to the desk. Vampiro mock punches Stryker, who's explaining that we lost our main event for the evening. It was supposed to be Mundo fighting for the Lucha Underground Championship, but thanks to Matanza crashing his wedding, Johnny is not here and may be forced into early retirement.
Uh-oh.
However, Joey Wrestling is there, Johnny's former partner and bestest man at the wedding. He saw all that carnage go down, and while he has no contract with Lucha Underground, he is here tonight and he is looking for a fight. So it's Joey Wrestling versus somebody, right? Joey's already in the ring, and Antonio appears at the top of the ramp. He acknowledges that Joey's pissed about his son, Matanza, breaking Johnny and Taya and ruining that beautiful wedding. So, for Joey's first Lucha Underground match, he's going to make headlines. And they do a little shout out to paparazzi, and everyone goes, ha ha ha. Headlines by becoming the next sacrifice to the gods. So Matanza comes out, and this will be a sacrifice to the gods match. Joey Wrestling versus Matanza, who immediately starts beating and tossing around the former tag team champion. Like, Joey gets some punches in, but Matanza shuts it down. Eventually, Joey punches his way out of that bear hug, that grappling hold, if you will. And Death Valley driver. Joey lifts him up onto his Matanza onto his shoulders, hits a Death Valley driver, a John Cena FU move. And like, fuck it, which is just wild. Matanza's a big guy. To see him get lifted and then FU'd was bonkers. Sent him out of the ring with his shoulder tackle. Joey's fighting for his friend as well as his life. With a low blow behind the ref twice. Kicks him in the dink twice. before a pedigree. However, Matanza is too fueled by death to sell the move. Right? He gets right back up. He's like, fuck you. Wrath of the Gods, middle of the ring, seals Joey's fate in 2 minutes and 55 seconds.
Oh.
And you know how these sacrifice to the gods matches go. After the match, the light gets super red. All the lights go out. They come back on. Joey is disappeared.
I was a little upset with this because Joey's offense was just so good. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I think at least we could end this in him running away. He takes down Matanza. He can't pin him. And he's like, no, I'm just going to be real fucked up. Or he gets pinned and then the Worldwide Underground comes in to pull Joey away. Yeah,
this for storyline and like character purposes, this sucks. Because I agree with you. But there's in my head, I'm like thinking there's a logistic part of my head that's like, they kind of have an issue right now with like some of the newer guys coming in and they're not pushing their own guys. And like, I would be more upset if Joey became a regular and took away like, right, like, I guess going back to like Jake Strong beating Drago and Aerostar, I'm tired of that. I want to see like the guys we've been watching for the past 3 years, 3.5 years at this point. I want to see them get elevated as opposed to Joey Mercury. So I kind of like, again, for just like the very logistics purposes, I like him having this one-off.
Okay.
I think, to me, this is good. And again, it's no shade on Joey. It's just like all the investment I've put into all these other characters.
Someone was dick kicking City, right?
Joey dick kicked City to him twice.
Yeah, and someone said above and below, referring to like he's kicking him above the bell and below. But I wrote down, as is above, kick your nuts below, you know? You ever seen that movie?
Brother, amen. No, what?
As is above, kick nuts below.
No, I haven't seen that movie. Is that what is that? A Pornhub exclusive?
Yeah, it's a parody of As Is Above, So Is Below.
Oh, okay, sure. I'm familiar with because it's a Book of Revelations quote, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the movie though.
Oh, the movie rips. It's really scary. It's about people going into the Paris catacombs and then they find hell.
Ooh, neato. How's the porn parody?
Oh, the porn parody is really good because it's just them like, I think they just found some sewers and started fucking in them.
Let's go, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, fucking in a half shell.
One of the only pornos Nicole's ever seen.
That's a bonkers thing.
The Ninja Turtles one, yeah.
That's a bonkers fact. I feel like I wish I didn't know about Nicole.
There's one porn parody that we found out a friend of ours is like, everyone has seen this porn parody and not a friend of ours, but a friend of Nicole and I's. And I was like, holy shit, I've seen that.
Wait, a friend of that we're in?
Yeah, a friend of Nicole and I's is in this I'm not going to say what porn parody it is, but it's one that like people will like post screen grabs of it to be like, what the fuck is this? And they are playing the character that it's like, what the fuck is this?
I'll say it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Porn is art.
Oh, yeah.
Support your local artists.
We were watching Eric Andre and he does something like really fucked up. And I go, man, I love art.
Hell yes. I also love art as we go into this next piece of art. Killshot versus Big Bad Steve.
Oh,
with the beautiful Brenda.
Oh, he's so bad. Beautiful Brenda just saying one-liners after another. She said, just hit him with your hot rod, Steve.
I got that one too. She's so good at she nails her character. She nails her timing. She's so goddamn funny. And she's great. And she's sort of like dressed like almost like Sandy from the end of Grease.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the other thing is she dresses to match whichever wrestler Famous B has acquired. Like she used to dress up as the nurse for Dr. Wagner. It's good. It's good stuff.
I think she would dress up like Rosie the maid
Riveter?
from
the Jetsons?
Yeah, from the Jetsons if she was with Cage.
Oh, because he's a machine.
Uh-huh.
See, I was thinking with Aerostar because he's from the future.
Oh, that too.
Rosie, yeah. Or she could dress up as Rosie the Riveter if she was with Cage because, she's riveting his machine parts back together. Yeah. or of Rosemary if she came down with Jesus, because it's important to pray.
I mean,
this is a VeggieTales podcast now.
I'm not thinking of this as like a pervert. I want to see this, but more. Do you know in anime they always show this, like a lady dressed up in a Playboy bunny outfit? If she was with the White Rabbit tribe, that's what she would be, or like a onesie style pajama of kind like Ralphie. She'd be Ralphie from Christmas Story.
I was about to say, what if she was put on like a Ralphie-esque type costume, and then we cut to an argument of her in the back with Famous B being like, "No, I told not this kind of bunny." She's like, "No, you told me to dress up like a bunny, not this type of bunny." Oh, what a misunderstanding of humor.
And then it pans out, and as he yanks something from her hands, and he goes, "And quit messing with these BB guns, you'll shoot your eye out."
Yes, hell yeah. You'll shoot your eye out. Well, Killshot's getting ready to shoot someone's whole brains out. It's also beautiful. Brenda and Big Bad Steve here are really nice sort of contrast to Killshot, who is very much feeling himself, fresh off this breakup of his trios championship, and but like still cold, calculating. We mentioned before, though, we'll see how it kind of pans out. Like one of the differences between, like, he's a very selfish kind of calculation, as opposed to King Cuerno when he's kind of going through this babyface turn, becoming more and more giving. Killshot's not there. Killshot is just in it for himself. And he exhibits that cold calculation almost immediately. Like Big Bad Steve, big guy, pushes Killshot into the corner, but Killshot's technique kicks Steve off of him, and then he immediately just like hones in on the ankle that was just been snapped by Jake Strong. And he just takes that fight. Like, it's not even Killshot versus Big Bad Steve. It's Killshot versus Big Bad Steve's ankle. And all Big Bad Steve can do is watch and wince in pain.
He played a lot of WWE SmackDown versus Raw.
And when you get that one, like, the one body part red and you just kind of focus on that all match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played video games. I'm hip. It's his weak. That's his boss battle glowing red weak spot.
And he says, "Oh, shoot, that's his smarts."
Ooh. And then Son of Havoc says, "Hey, I'm here now." Son of a Havoc is here now. He appears at the top of the ramp with a bucket of popcorn and a soda cup. It's probably filled with Modelo. Brand integration.
And that's not popcorn. It's Popped Dave's seeds.
Yep. The sunflower seeds that Matt Stryker was eating the other day. Yep. Brand integration, motherfuckers. Son of Havoc is here to watch the match, takes a seat in the front row as Killshot continues his work on Steve, really not paying attention to Havoc until he's sure that Steve can barely stand up. And even then, it's just kind of like, what the fuck you doing here, guy? Steve finds his feet, only to get his ankle drop kicked again. I love this little like death lock on the legs as Killshot hyperextends the knee by just stomping on it.
You should have said, Big Bad Steve finds his feet, and so does Killshot again.
Well, yep, add that in post.
All right. Oh, I need to say it like Sean. Yeah. So,
what?
Big Bad Steve found his footing, but so did Killshot.
You're just doing my lay down dog, bad dog voice.
Oh, yeah. Lay down.
Bad dog.
Oh man, it's so good when you do it. That's not a real song.
It's not a real song, but it sounds like one.
We need to make it a real song. It's so good.
But it sounds like one. Slap. Steve blocks the back elbow, but Killshot follows through with a spinning back fist. So a desperation Saito suplex, and Steve just wills himself back into it. Steve, this counter was insane. Steve puts Killshot onto his shoulders, takes too long with the Death Valley driver, that FU. So Killshot counters by kind of just standing up on his shoulders and curb stomping him. Like from his shoulders, back of the head, kablooey. It's chef's kiss. It's insane how good Swerve Strickland has been and continues to be. And again, it's these things that like it's not just like impressive. It's like nobody who thinks of doing it like that. It's bonkers. Exchange of strikes only fires Killshot back up. Tricky legs cuts Steve down once again as he hits a desperation pop-up cutter. Like for all the technique and all the like beautiful, intricate moves and counters and footwork that Killshot has, Steve's really only got bombs. But he is throwing them with this wild power bomb alley-oop type thing. Like the way he like gets him on the shoulder for a power bomb and then just kind of flips him through to like a face buster almost. Insano. Cover, Steve celebrates prematurely, but Killshot gets a boot on the rope. And then they wrestle to the top rope. Steve attempts a superplex, but Killshot repositions, drop kicks the knees out of Steve, so he's just kind of hanging there. Parkours up to the top rope for one double stomp, then climbs the top rope again to finish Steve off with a second double stomp. Steve gets pinned. Killshot goes over in 7 minutes, 21 seconds.
Oh, yeah. And then it's on to the next match, right? Everything's fine. Yeah, Killshot's like, oh, yeah, movie's over. All right, I'm going to peacefully go away.
Yeah. And Havoc's like, yeah, that's cool. Oh, actually, there is one more beautiful Brenda line. She goes, we'll go back to the shop and you can play with your cars. As she helps Steve out of the ring and bit to the back. Everyone's happy except, well, wait, Havoc, what are you doing here? Killshot, like, gets to the entrance, turns around and is like, you know what, I'm gonna talk shit. Fuck you. Fuck everyone who supports you. Fuck your whole family. And fuck your popcorn. He slaps the bucket out of Havoc's hands, and that's a step too far. So they just start going at it. Havoc throws Killshot into the ring, who tries to escape, but Havoc is holding on to his mask. And I don't think it's super clear whether accidentally or on purpose, but either way, Killshot's mask gets ripped off, which again, I think it's fairly accepted. But if for some reason you're not aware, that is a huge no-no in Lucha culture. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
You don't do that shit. So Killshot kind of like covers his face and rolls to the back as Havoc poses with his no trophy. And we go to the main event, Lucha Underground Championship match. Pentagon Dark versus somebody. Penta comes out. He says, tonight, I wanted to give a wedding gift to Johnny Mundo and Taya. I wanted to break his arm. And he smiles. This fucking murderer. I love him so much.
I realized I don't need to sweat trying to find wedding gifts for my friends in the future or family. I just walk up to the groom, push them on the ground, and snap their arm real quick.
And then when everyone turns to you real angry, you got to give that same kind of a smile where it's a little evil, but also a little kind of cute. It's a little mischievous. He's a silly little guy as far as serial killers go.
Well, I just go, I'm Pentagon Dark, Cero, Miero. And then they go, Penta.
He does a little Nosferatu smile from SpongeBob.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's so fucking good. He continues, but the doctor won't let him wrestle tonight. Johnny Mundo, that is. And that makes me sad, because tonight, I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to break some bones. So I make this offer to all the luchadors in the back who have the balls to face me tonight. And it's a free title match to anyone right here, right now. And all caps, because I don't know how else to say how excited I was to see motherfucking Hernandez, baby. Oh, he doesn't even believe in dragons, and I love him.
Yeah, he's taking a break from running over kids.
It was Eddie Kingston. Hernandez was just there.
I know, but you made it seem like he did it.
He was just there, which is still pretty bad. Hernandez has the biggest balls in the building, and he calls Penta a little bitch for breaking his arm. Because if he didn't, Hernandez would be champ right now. And I love Penta so much, the way he mocks his cool guy walk.
I love when wrestlers mock other wrestlers.
Dude, especially like when you mock, because Hernandez is a big guy. Like Hernandez is a like powerhouse, hoss, big boy wrestler.
Oh yeah.
And Penta just kind of like, oh yeah, like with zero feet, like just immediately, oh, you big cool motherfucker, shut up and get down here. He says, you've got balls, but in your head. Long pause, long pause, long pause. Bitch. Oh. I don't know what that means, but it's really cool.
There are powerhouses and power basements.
Okay, I don't know what that means either.
It's like top and bottom.
Oh, nice, yeah. Okay, cool.
You want to know what? I'm kind of fucked up. I'm going to put my basement on the top of my house, okay?
No. Why you say that like Paul? Why do you say that like Paul Rudd?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. Hey, real quick. Power basements and twink attics. Is that anything?
Yeah, let's make it up. Have Nicole draw it.
Put it on his shirt. Rombert, put it on his shirt. Pentagon Dark versus Hernandez. Bell rings. Penta gives Hernandez the cero miedo before lighting him up and sending Hernandez out of the ring. And it's low kicks, anti-Harris. The vicious and capable Penta is just on fire, throwing Hernandez through the front row of chairs.
And fuego.
We get that in fuego, if you will. We get that hushed chop, that shh, against the ring post before Penta sends Hernandez back into the ring, who does dodge the double stomp. But Penta stays on him. Cero miedo, but creates too much space as Hernandez flies back into the ring with a shoulder tackle. Very cool spot. Again, for a big guy, to see a big guy fly, you're like, whoa, that's crazy.
Uh-huh.
Penta rolls out, but Hernandez flies over the top rope from the ring to the outside, just taking control and taking the fight back outside the ring. And he clears the front row. He's like, to toss Penta. He's like, move out of the way, move out of the way. Just kidding you, jabroni marks. And Hernandez throws Penta back in for like a camel clutch rest hold. To make the move and then not only not do a move, but then to do a rest hold. He's such a silly little jerk. I love him. I can fix him.
I don't think you can. Vampiro, I think, broke him fully.
What do you mean?
What
do you mean?
I made him all the way to the dark side.
No, I'm saying I can fix Hernandez. Penta is...
Oh.
No, yeah, I can fix Hernandez.
Okay. Yeah, you could probably fix him. He has to repent for the sins of hitting a child with a car, but...
Or we just lean into that. And that's our thing now.
You go, hey, do you guys have a kid who needs punished, but what you're dealing out's not doing it? Call us, Hernandez and Marciniak. We'll hit your kid with a car.
We'll hit your kid with a car. Hey, do you have a child and don't want to put him in the Dominator, the dog mental torture device that James came up with back in season 1?
Uh-huh.
Let us hit him with a car instead. Sean and Hernandez hitting kids with cars. The first alternative to the Dominator since 2025.
Oh, yeah. And then people will say, you want to know what, maybe we should just go back to spanking our kids, okay?
Yeah, between all these hitting kids with cards and Dominators, maybe we just bring back hitting them. Good old-fashioned hitting a kid.
I forgot which of my uncles, when they were a kid, would just be a little shit, and then my grandma would like spank him, but he wouldn't make a peep. He'd smile and be like, yeah, I'm not giving you anything, and it pissed her off.
And that became your cousin, the Joker.
Oh, dang. You mean my uncle, the Joker?
I'm sorry, your uncle, the Joker.
Oh, you want to know? He's so twisted, he becomes my cousin.
Whoa. Speaking of twisted, they're not here. But noted juggalo Vampiro is here, as is his student, Pentagón, who is fighting for his life against Hernandez. Eventually, he does dodge in the corner, super kick and sling blade, covers the big man for 2. And that's the thing with Hernandez. He's very impressive when he's in control. Like the way he hit that crazy backbreaker. There's I skipped past this, but Hernandez lifting Penta onto his shoulder and then flips him the bird before just dumping him back onto the mat. It's so fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. Going up against Hernandez is like running into a brick wall with tattoos on it.
That is very apt. But kind of like a brick wall with tattoos, once you kind of get past him or you walk around him, he has trouble coming back, right? He doesn't have the quick he doesn't have the quick counters and the technical just like adaptability that someone like Pentagón has. Mm-hmm. So when Pentagón sort of picks up the pace, Hernandez struggles to keep up. And then Penta immediately slows it back down to just really kind of twist the knife. Oh. I think it's not just Pentagón going faster than Hernandez, it's Pentagón switching up the pace and then just keeping Hernandez on his toes. He puts Hernandez on the top rope. Hernandez fights out for a big splash, another flying shoulder tackle, but this gets blocked as Pentagón midair super kicks to set up for the Pentagón driver and puts Hernandez away. The champ retains in 7 minutes and 4 seconds. After the match, ever the romantic, Penta said he was in the mood for a broken arm, and he meant it, motherfuckers. Penta takes the arm, but King Cuerno, out of nowhere, takes the belt from the referee and bashes it into the back of Penta's head. we kind of mentioned it before. Like I was very confused by this. Penta backs up for because of that babyface change. Penta backs up for a moment, but thrill of the kill, Cuerno lays out Penta by smashing his head into his own belt, and the message is put out there. The hunter is hunting for the gold.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping, and this is because, I've been burned by both wrestling and like bad TV shows where they kind of like, they were doing something so interesting with King Cuerno, where it was a secret babyface push. Like we saw the backstage stuff, but nobody else did. So like we know he's fighting against the Armageddon, right? There is a cabal of evil individuals in the temple. I'm not just a conspiracy theorist. I watched the show. So there is a cabal of evil people trying to bring out the end of days. And King Cuerno stole the gauntlet, one of the key artifacts needed for this, and he's keeping them away. Like he's sided with Aerostar to like the overarching thing, the only thing more important than the title, preventing this horrible Cthulhu nightmare coming around. Mm-hmm. Like Cuerno was key. He was a huge part in that. But like nobody knows that he did it. When he did that handicap match against Penta, it was him and Cage, where Cage just needed a former ally to kind of bully someone. And we mentioned like you could see Cuerno's sort of arc in that. Like he agreed to do the match because it's important for him. It's weird. Like the reason we call it a secret thing, it is important for him that nobody knows he is more selfless. Nobody can know what he's doing, or else it might give away the whole plot. Like it might give away, like he'll become so much more of a target and it'll be easier to get back to the gauntlet and get back to the plan if it's very widely known that he's a good guy now. So he's trying to cover that up. I hope that's what this is. A little bit of like, hey, I need to maintain appearances that I'm just a wrestler and I'm as selfish as I've always been, or else people will know about this powerful artifact and bad hands might get their hands on it. I hope it's going that far. You know what I mean? And not just like, we don't know, we need another bad guy. Like that would, and again, I don't think it is. Everything else this show has done, I have faith. It's just that I've been burned by lazy television writing before and lazy wrestling television that they just kind of write off storylines. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that's going to happen. I'm just scared.
I think I know where Aerostar hid the gauntlet.
In 10 weeks ago?
No, I think he flashed forward to early 2025 and stashed it in a movie theater showing Borderlands. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Because know that shit's empty.
Yep.
Kate Blanchett, I think, was in that one.
I don't know.
It's so weird that she's in that movie.
It's weird anyone's in that movie.
You know what? Jack Black makes sense to be in that movie, actually.
Technically, he wasn't in it. He's voices.
Real, but you want to be in it. Bobby Lee is in that movie? What the?
Yeah,
he
man.
is in that movie.
I told
that movie
you.
Is so weird.
The reason why you don't know it is because no one's in there and it's safe to stash a gauntlet. Even evil people aren't going in there.
That's so, well, hey, you want to get real evil.
How about you head over if you are... I know this is weird what I'm about to do because we don't have, a lot of listeners, but we also might not have a lot of listeners in Northern Florida. But if you are in Northern Florida, in Crawfordville, Florida specifically, head over to the Hollow. It is a new haunted house experience put on by some people that I met on MySpace back in the day doing rap music with them.
Beautiful. That's so cool. That's the Hollow in Northern Florida?
Uh-huh. Crawfordville.
Crawfordville, baby. Also, if you're in Chicago, we mentioned it before, definitely shout out to the Playground Theater. I think they've moved locations. They're now above My Buddies, I think is the name of the bar.
Yeah.
But such a cool theater. So many good people involved. Check that out. You can always check out twitch.tv/GooseVonKaiser. Pretty soon I'm going to get back into it and, playing some Magic, playing some Disco Elysium. Who fucking knows, baby?
Hey guys, head over to patreon.com/MLM pod, where for $5 a month you get exclusive content every single Friday. This Friday, I believe, is Engaged with Nicolas Cage, where we are discussing USS Indianapolis, Men of Courage. Boy, oh boy, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be 2 hours and 10 minutes of suck because there's going to be some credits there. So do that, and then do a $10 patron where, wait, no, this week is not Engaged with Nicolas Cage. It is another mini Meatball Girls because there are 5 Fridays in this month. Ooh. So you're getting Nicole and I think I pulled some personality quizzes. What's up?
Excuse me, James. I believe you mean Rombert.
Yeah, Rombert. She doesn't go by that, so it's fine. So
okay, excuse me.
Yeah, check that out.
Personality quizzes.
Yeah, personality quizzes. Nicole always finds some fun stuff. It's really stupid. We're rip-roaring high after recording Magical Meatball Girls, but $10 patrons also get shout-outs on every single free feed podcast. Let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua, Jake, Steve Barnes, a sweet child of time, and Introvoid, my mother, Lil Corey's BFF, and now former roommate Shane, from This Movie's Gay, as well as twitch.tv/core winning, it's Corwin, from the Rom Complex, as well as Formulaic, a podcast and script writing, it's twitch.tv/R2 Shelby2, and from Speed Radio, a podcast in all things Sonic the Hedgehog, it's Tay, aka Zinny D, and I've been James.
And I've been Sean, and this has been Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, a Purple Prancer forever, be like Bob.
Bye-bye. Oh, yeah.